up, Stav? What's up, Eldest? What's up, Guess? I'm 33 going on 34. I've been in a long-term relationship for 8 years. Love her, never cheated. She has a 1-year-old, or not a 1-year-old, she has a daughter, going on 9. And we've been together 8 years. Everything's going good. Come to the stage where I'm like stagnant in life, and I've asked for her mom for a hand in marriage. She even helped me get the ring and all that type of stuff. I just can't find myself to ask her to marry me because where I'm at in life is just not going how I want it to go. Very big on honesty. We kind of hit that stage where we're not really having sex, and the head market has crashed. It's okay with me. I don't really, not really tripping on it, but I've been cursed with the affinity towards wanting to have a music career, and been making music 15 years. Been able to travel, see my music played all over the world. And I'm just going on this last hooray where I'm like trying to make it work. Not really a person that likes the spotlight, but just want to see if I can make something happen. I know that you said in your past you had a relationship that you fumbled just being in your head. I just wonder, do you think with knowing what you know now, you can find that balance, and would you pursue your career as intensely? And how do you, when do you think it's time to just be on and give up on a dream and just clock in? Thanks, Stavvy, and looking forward to hearing your answer.
This is an interesting question. Yeah. Because I think a lot has to happen. Basically, this country has squeezed most people so much that to just be an artist that makes a living, just to be a middle class anything is harder. Yeah. But to be a middle class artist, which is something that people used to be able to do a little more, that's harder and harder, right? Yeah. You kind of have to either hit the lottery or just struggle forever. And I also get that. I get where he's coming from. I would say there's a couple things here, though. Number one is, let me tell you, somebody who has, all my dreams have come true. I'm the most depressed I've ever been right now. I mean, look, some of that has to do with breaking my arm, throwing my back out, losing. We have a call with the fucking accountants to see how much money I lost postponing the special. It's going to be amount of money that as a child I would have never thought I could make. Right? It's going to be devastating to hear. So I actually am getting. My mood is dipping because I remembered that call was in 40 minutes. But I will tell you that. And I've become friends with people that are even more famous than me and less famous than, I have friends across the spectrum in the entertainment industry. It's very successful people. And you're talking about music, the entertainment industry, also the entertainment industry. And I have some musician friends, but I'll tell you, you're not guaranteed to be happy if the dream takes off. Right. So in fact, you envy, you're in a position where you probably envy people. Sometimes I think, I wish I had invested more in my personal life, because that I'm gonna have to fix that. And look, obviously, the easiest thing is to get successful and then work on. It's easier to get rich and then figure out how to
family
and then have a family,
right.
obviously. But basically my point is, if you met somebody you think is your wife, who you want to marry, and you're letting the fact that you're insecure about your success and your dreams ruin that. I think that's a huge mistake. If you're sure that this is who you want to be with and you're just I'm not at the place I want to. I read it. I mean, this is funny that this is, we're tapping into when I used to be smart, when I was in school and I was I studied welfare policy and shit. And I read that there was a statistic about lower income people, or a lot of minorities, a lot of if you grew up in an inner city, because I did a lot of, I grew up in Baltimore, did a lot of inner city research and I kind of feel this way too. A lot of people look at marriage as your life has to be perfect. Right. From a lot of backgrounds. And that could be psychological, that could be cultural, whatever. And I definitely succumbed to this too, where I was I can't have a girlfriend right now. Our caller mentioned it. I've definitely fumbled relationships where I was I'm too busy to have a girlfriend right now. When in reality, having a loving girlfriend might help you. Dude. If you're busy. Yeah. You know 100%. What I mean? I never saw it as and again, family stuff, psychological problems, something I'd like to fix, obviously. I think that's a bad way of thinking. Being in a good relationship, and I've seen it with my friends. Eldest would be fucked without his wife. Eldest is barely a person without his fucking wife. Like, I've seen people where I was like, oh, that's good. Like, it's good. And so I think right now you're maybe a little embarrassed that you're a guy who's chasing the dream and you're settling down. You could continue to chase the dream if you're married. It doesn't have to end. And even if the shit didn't happen the way you wanted to, like, I got really lucky. My shit went great. If it didn't, I would be in Baltimore. I would be opening for, big comics as they were coming through the thing. I would have my own show. I would be a local guy that
was trying,
that just realizes maybe it's not going to happen at the highest level, but I can't ever stop doing stand up. I know that about myself.
For sure.
I love it, and I would be running shitty shows. Not even shitty shows. I would be trying to improve my local scene. While still trying to, writing scripts, making trips to New York, trying to make inroads at the highest levels.
Right.
And I think maybe that's the level you're at, where it's not time to quit, because if it's something you love and you're fulfilled by it, you just have to take a different approach.
Yeah.
But sacrificing a good ass relationship for that, like, what would you do, bro? You're going to break up with the girl you've been with together for 8 years? Because you need to give it one last go,
which is your whole support system too.
Exactly.
If you get rid of this chick, you're gonna go through, especially, dude,
roommates again.
Roommates.
You're gonna have
you gotta move in
roommates?
with your dad, and you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
But like, dude, I talk about it with my girlfriend all the time. Like, I'm grateful that shit's going well, and like we can, but I can't imagine the music is. It seems so much more difficult,
so much harder.
And I mean, that sounds bad given this guy that kind of, but you have to, you have to have that support system. I mean, doing music where basically the first 10 years I think of playing music is playing somebody else's songs.
Right.
You don't even have, like, what they say about comics being like, you're not even really a comic till you're 10 years in.
Yeah.
You doing music for 10 years is you only knowing how to play Brown Eyed Girl.
Right.
Like for a packed bar.
Right.
Which is just a totally different skill in itself while writing original shit.
Right.
And so, yeah, taking that leap is like super important. And I think more than ever, you need that girlfriend and your family in your life. Otherwise, I think you'd be totally fucking lost.
Yeah.
Without it.
And I think, like, I get this thinking because, again, this kind of thinking has held me back personally before, but you're not even in this is a serious relationship. You would be blowing your fucking life up. And I think you're just unsatisfied with how your life is going, and you just are feeling an angst, and you kind of want to you just want to blow it up because you're like, let me get another shot at it. And there's probably been moments when you're very close to living exactly what you dreamed of. And like you said, people have heard your music. I'm telling you, and I've been there too. It's just like, don't do anything fucking drastic because you're unfulfilled with one element of your life.
Right.
You're in a good spot, dude. And it's like making it and having a career in art. I just think we're so fucked because everything's become commodified. You should just. It starts with enjoying making music, and that it would be sad. I'm never gonna tell you, like, when you're saying when's the time to give up on the dream and clock in. You can clock in and be unk, like you said, and not give up on the dream, right?
Yeah.
It's like, and that sucks that it would be not, obviously it would be better if shit was going, if you were getting everything you ever wanted out of music, but you're not even quitting. You're just shifting and trying to be a well-rounded person.
Right.
And again, you have something that's great. You are in a relationship that's really good. And I would just say, before you do anything hasty, think about how you feel about your relationship, and if you're really just unsatisfied with other shit, which is the reason you're even considering blowing it up. But with the sparse information we have, without there being another angle to this, I think it would be really catastrophic for you to fucking break up. 8 years is not, that ain't nothing. That ain't like even a year.
No, that's a lot.
That's kind of how I would put it. It's like, just keep chipping away at the fucking dream. It didn't happen the way you wanted it to, but it doesn't have to end. And even if you never really fully make it in the way you dreamed of when you were a kid, you could still find satisfaction and be creatively fulfilled while, by the way, having a type of happiness that maybe some people who did make it in the music industry don't have. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, that's a real thing. Money and success and fame and shit, like, makes your life awesome in many ways, and don't get me wrong, but it's like, you know, there's some dog shit that comes with it, and it's like, look at the silver linings of just like building a regular good relationship and family, and then like if it does happen, and even if it happens later in life, you're probably way more ready for it.
100%.
You know, because you're not chasing all the shit that doesn't matter. You have all you're worried about is the work. You're not gonna fucking get swept up in it, get addicted to drugs, fucking fuck a bunch of random people
who are only fucking you because you're famous.
Right.
You don't, and I feel like that's the scariest part is maybe if you find a chick who's only with you because of who you are.
Yeah.
That's when I would feel the least sound in my relationship.
Exactly.
So, like, yeah, it's a great point to make. If like you are in the perfect place to really go for it, and remember, like, why you started doing it the first, that passion, that you had for it will get you to where I think you want to go more than just being like hungry with nothing but yourself. Right. Yeah. Totally agree with you.
Yeah, hustle culture is fake. Grind, sacrifice, everything is fake. Michael Jordan, the greatest winner of all time. He looks sad in that documentary, bro.
He does look sad.
He looks sad. His son is somewhere doing cocaine trying to fuck Pippen's ex-wife. You know what I mean? Like that looks tough, awesome, bro. He's fucking Jordan's off the tequila. Like eyes are looking yellow as fuck. Like Tom Brady, his wife, he got cucked. He gave up a storybook life for one to get bounced in the divisional round with the Tampa Bay Bucks. He destroyed his family for one last divisional run playoff run. Like the guys that make it at the highest levels are lunatics who are unhappy.
I mean, look, you quote the great John Candy here in Cool Runnings. Yeah, when he's like, when you make winning your whole life, you have to keep on winning.
Yeah, that's a fucking
because if you're nothing without that medal,
yeah. Oh man, that was an awesome speech to get as a little kid. Fuck, I wish I had watched that specific scene more.
If you're nothing without that medal, you'll never be enough when you have it.
Yeah, fuck. I should have, because I watched that. I loved that movie growing up.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's great advice. All right, yeah, dude. Don't fucking blow up your family to really give it a go for 2 more years before fucking then quitting.
I can't wait to see his Grammy acceptance speech being like, Stavros told me to stick with my bitch ass wife and I broke up with her and now I'm a fucking billionaire.
That would be awesome. If you prove me wrong, respect as well.
Cool as hell.
I'm hoping for a Grammy speech with you, and you talk about how much you love your wife and then you shout us out too. We're getting wholesome. You know, I'm becoming a wholesome guy. I think I blame my brother for having a child, and I'm trying to, you know, now I believe in love and families again. You know, I want a better world because my nephew's in it now. So, you know, and maybe I'm growing up again. It's pathetic to be the 40-year-old guy who's like, nah, dude, divorce your bitch and get pussy and work on some fucking fire tracks, dude. Nothing's more important than that.